Okay, so this is part 6 of our school journey. Um, Thank you to everybody who has tuned in so far. Really appreciate it. Um, so last we left off, um, the school was telling me, or rather, they were telling my district rep that they were no longer going to serve my daughter because they weren't comfortable serving her. Um, Whatever. Like I said, nothing had changed in her care, in her level of care, any of those things. Nothing. Um, but for whatever reason, they were no longer comfortable serving her, possibly because I kept trying to hold them accountable and they didn't like that. Um, but that's okay. Um, I am very much a person who is going to focus my energy on things that are going to move us forward rather than keep us stuck. So I certainly could have spent more time trying to fight with them, but um, more importantly, my daughter was not getting the services that she needed. She wasn't getting any of her educational services. She wasn't getting any of her related services. So that was my main focus. Um, so I put all my energy into finding a new school for her, um, where she was going to be properly cared for and not have all these issues. Um, so that was actually quite quite a struggle to find that, and we did look at quite a few options, and we did find a placement for her that I feel is very appropriate. She seems much happier there, and so far, it's been much better. Now, is that to say that there's not going to be any incidents that occur? There absolutely are going to be incidents that occur. As a matter of fact, there already has been an incident that occurred with her, but it was handled 100% appropriately. It was handled exactly the way it should have been, and she had a very positive outcome from that. So, like I tell anybody, I know that things are going to happen when you're dealing with my daughter. My expectation is that you A, are aware of that, and B, you know how to handle it when it happens, and you do what needs to be done, and you do it the correct way. That's it. Like that's it. Like, is she going to be incident free? Absolutely not. She's not. If I try to blow her nose, she tries to eat the Kleenex. So the fact that the idea that she's never going to ingest anything throughout, entire school year, that's just not realistic. At least in my mind. So I know that these things are going to happen, but I guess what my problem was with them was that they didn't know it was happening. They couldn't notify me that it was happening, and so therefore they couldn't stop it from happening. And that's a big problem. There were a lot of things that happened that they had no idea how they happened. And to me, that says a lack of supervision. Because if I'm supervising somebody, then I know what's going on. When she had her incident at her new school, they were able to tell me exactly what she was doing, exactly what was going on, and we were able to figure it out. And that's what I need. I need people who are attending to my daughter. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. But anyhow, so after we, got it all set that she wasn't coming back, I still needed her power wheelchair back, because it's a very expensive piece of equipment, right? And they did break it after all. So, silly me expecting that they take some responsibility and repair her chair. So this was in July when they said that she was not going to be coming back to school. It's around mid-July of this year. And so the beginning of August, I send them an email. I'm like, hey, you know, what's up with her power chair? Haven't heard anything. Are the repairs scheduled? So I sent that email to the physical therapist, who then says, okay, well, I'm going to forward this to administration and have them respond to you. I don't understand. It's a yes or no. It's really simple. Either the repairs are in process, or the arrangements have been made, or they haven't. So they hadn't been, because I got no response from the administration. I sent a second email saying, hey, I was told that somebody was going to respond to me and let me know what's going on with her chair. I would like somebody to do that. Still no response. So I had my attorney send them a message. And then all of a sudden people want to start responding. And they're like, oh, well, we can arrange for you to come and pick it up and blah, 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 blah. But they weren't able to arrange to have it repaired. And they failed to tell me that. So they knew about this back at the end of May. And now it's August. And I don't know if people know, but when you're trying to get parts for a wheelchair, it can sometimes take 2 or 3 months, just depending on what you need. I've seen it take as long as 6 months, you know, and that's not even like fighting with insurance. That's with, like, you got the authorization from the insurance, it was approved, and then it's still another, so say that takes maybe like 2 weeks to a month, right? It's still another 5 months before you get the parts come in and you're able to get the chair repaired. So we went back and forth about that a little bit, getting the chair repaired. I finally was able to pick up her chair. It was, I want to say it might have even been into September when I actually was able to pick up her chair. End of August, something like that. But yeah, so if anybody ever asks me about that school, I think I'll just decline to comment. I don't have anything positive to say about them. It wasn't a positive experience at all. But I'm glad that we have found a school for my daughter where she's able to go and be safe. I know that somebody's watching her all the time. I know that she's getting the care that she needs. I know that her orders are being followed. And so it's just a much better feeling knowing that, you know, she's not just sitting there and doing whatever she wants to do, which I'm sure she likes. She probably prefers that, but unfortunately it's not very safe, so I don't prefer it. I prefer that she be safe. So sorry, little girl, you don't get to just go rogue. We're not doing that. That's crazy. But yeah, so that's it. That is pretty much the story in a nutshell. There's some other stuff that happened, but you know, anyways, I'm glad that people listened. Thank you. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and we can do a follow-up. So everybody have a great day. It's a Wednesday. Be great.